We begin with breaking news tonight. A pilot airlifted to University Hospital after crashing a helicopter in Atascosa County. The Atascosa County Sheriff says the crash happened near County Road 312 and County Road 309. That's just north of Charlotte.
When an aircraft crash happens, federal authorities are usually called in to investigate, so we expect a team of investigators to arrive soon. We have reached out to DPS for more information, but have not yet heard back. We're also tracking the story online. We have the story on our homepage at KSAT.com. Be sure to also download our app and sign up for breaking news alerts so they can be sent directly to your phone. The app is available for both Apple and Android.
Well, you may be looking forward to a big payout this tax season, but so are scammers, and they're already at work, even though the IRS won't start processing returns until Monday.
Phone calls, emails are just some of the methods used to steal those tax returns and people's identity. The Night Team's Patty Santos tells us how to stop the scammers from winning.
Tax Master Advisor Norma Cox says the best way to get ahead of thieves trying to steal your return or identity is to beat them to it.
One of the most important things is to file early, whether you owe or whether you're expecting a refund.
Don't fall prey to those fake emails, phone calls, or letters with threats from people claiming to be with the IRS.
Always know that you can call the IRS and ask the questions if you feel like somebody's not giving you the correct information.
If you file your own returns, watch out for any links that may be concerning. They could lead to ransomware. That's when thieves hold your information captive for ransom. Remember, never confirm personal information over the phone or email, and take measures to protect your dependent children's information as well.
I think a lot of the times we see that the children become an identity also, like somebody else would have claimed them, but the parents definitely know that their children have not, of course, filed a tax return.
The IRS lists the dirty dozen tax scams, which include people posing as tax return preparers. Norma says it pays to know your filer.
They're more familiar with who you are and some of the things that you filed in the past, some of the things to look out for, the changes in your tax situation according to the tax law.
And even if your filing process goes smooth, don't forget mail thieves are waiting for your checks to arrive too. So track your refund.
We definitely try for a direct deposit, and we have what we offer is an Emerald card, and they'd be able to make a deposit onto that card, and so they could use it just like a bank card.
That was Patty Santos reporting. Now you can request an IP pin, IP for Identity Protection Pin, from the IRS, which is an extra layer of protection. The number is used to verify a taxpayer's ID when they file a return. You can also request a transcript from the IRS to track any activity on your Social Security number. We have those links on KSAT.com.
Well, a scare for one pet owner north of downtown. The search is on for the person behind a contaminated treat that ended up sending a dog to the vet. Animal Care Services confirms the case happened in the Monte Vista neighborhood. The search for the person responsible actually started last week. A homeowner told investigators someone threw a meatball into her yard and one of her dogs got a hold of it. That dog is okay, but test results revealed the meatball contained antifreeze. ACS says it is illegal and potentially a felony to give or make a poisonous substance available to an animal.
The new coronavirus causing concerns in another part of Texas tonight. Tonight, a Baylor student being tested after traveling to China this year. We're told the patient is doing well with minimal symptoms right now. So far, 2 suspected cases in Texas in the Waco-McLennan Public Health District and the Brazos County Health District. Yesterday, we told you about a suspected case involving a Texas A&M student. Both students traveled to China. Test results have not been revealed in either case. The only 2 confirmed cases in the United States right now, one patient hospitalized near Seattle, the other in Chicago. This new coronavirus, a cousin of the SARS virus, the epicenter is out of Wuhan, China. Officials there have locked down all transportation in and out of the area. The illness has now spread to at least a dozen countries and territories, infecting more than 900 people. There have been dozens of deaths in China. The State Department issuing a travel advisory for China, urging Americans not to travel to certain areas due to the risk of the coronavirus. Health officials in the U.S. stress there is little risk to the public.
Reckless policies and a rise in violence. Those are words from Governor Greg Abbott, who lashed out at leaders in the city of Austin today. This comes after a series of violent cases. The most recent, police say, involved a homeless woman who stabbed at least 3 people last night. In a statement, Governor Abbott says in part, quote, "This rise in violence has corresponded with the revocation of the camping ban that the Austin City Council passed in June." The governor adds, quote, "Mayor Adler and the city council should reinstate the camping ban and restore the rule of law in Austin. The city's gamble on these reckless policies has been a loser and must end now," end quote.
Austin's mayor and the Texas governor have been feuding for months over how to deal with the homeless. Here in San Antonio, I visited with some of the homeless in our special In the Shadows. One man, Bob, broke many of the stereotypes of what it means to be homeless. He doesn't consider himself homeless. We also saw how Haven for Hope has become a valuable resource. But the work is not over. The city is working on a strategic plan as we speak. A California-based team has been working with the city of San Antonio to come up with a way to move forward. Home Base is the name. It was contracted to help create a 5 to 10-year strategic plan. It's expected to be released in March to the public. Street outreach, prevention efforts, and housing, all part of the discussion. The city's Department of Human Services, along with the South Alamo Regional Alliance for the Homeless and Home Base, will host forums across the city next week.
It's very important to get the community input because we wanted to ensure when we did this homeless strategic plan that it's driven by the community. We didn't want anything off the shelf. We wanted it customized for San Antonio.
There are 5 days where the community can give their input at these homeless strategic plan community meetings. The first begins on Monday at the Frank Garrett Center. It'll be at 6 p.m. The meetings will take place at different locations and run up until January 30th with the final meeting on February 10th. We have a link with more information on our website, KSAT.com.
Another beautiful day across South Texas. Very comfortable. We made it to 69 degrees here in San Antonio, and for the most part, we were in the upper 60s, right around 70 across South Texas. Right now, well, quite a bit cooler than that. We're 56 at the airport in town. Rio Medina 51. Los Maples just dropped to 50. 43 Bernie Stage and Comfort already down to 45. So feeling a bit of a chill in the air out there this evening. And tomorrow morning, I think around town will be in the mid 40s. Partly cloudy conditions, but the clouds will be quick to really fill in over in our sky and get ready for a rain chance. I'll talk more about that coming up.
Thank you, Adam. We've learned 1 of 3 American servicemen killed in a plane crash in Australia is a San Antonio native. Paul Clyde Hudson graduated from Alamo Heights High School in 1995. Hudson and 2 other servicemen died while dropping water on a bushfire in New South Wales yesterday morning. Hudson had been living in Arizona. He was a United States Marine Corps veteran.
Well, to the latest now on the impeachment trial. A new ABC Washington Post poll finds 2/3 of Americans say witnesses should be called in the trial of President Trump. But that decision will likely not be made until after opening arguments from both sides. Here's ABC's Serena Marshall with the latest from Capitol Hill.
As House Democrats wrap up their 3-day opening remarks, the president's repeated denials that he doesn't know Rudy Giuliani's former associate Lev Parnas,
I don't believe I've ever spoken to him,
receiving new scrutiny. ABC News has reviewed a recording from April 2018 of what appears to be a conversation between Parnas, the president, and others, where he says they need to oust then U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch. Parnas tells the president that she's, quote, basically walking around telling everybody, wait, he's going to get impeached. The president appears to say, get rid of her. Get her out tomorrow. I don't care. Get her out tomorrow. Take her out, okay? Do it. A year later, she was pushed out. Testifying before lawmakers, she was never told why. And when asked about the claims made by Parnas,
I did not, and I would not say such a thing. Such statements would be inconsistent with my training as a Foreign Service officer and my role as an ambassador.
The administration not denying the authenticity, simply arguing removing Yovanovitch was the president's right.
The president had concerns and in his authority as president made a decision to make a change.
None of that coming up during House Democrats' final day.
President Trump tried to cheat. He got caught. And then he worked hard to cover it up.
focusing instead on Article 2, obstruction of justice, and continuing their push for new witnesses, like former National Security Advisor John Bolton.
These witnesses have important first-hand testimony to offer.
President Trump's team will begin their opening remarks tomorrow, but they're only going to be in session for about 3 hours. That shortened schedule comes after President Trump tweeted out the Saturdays are Death Valley in TV. That coming from the media-savvy president who wants as many eyes on his defense as possible. Reporting from Capitol Hill, Serena Marshall, ABC News.